Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Black Clover. Last time around was, The Life of a Certain Man. Because we are, by the way, skipping episode 82. If you're watching this in the playlist and you don't know about episode 82, that is not even a recap episode, it's a replay of a bunch of Petite Clovers. And I just decided I'm not even going to give that the time of day. I'm not gonna watch it, even in the English dub, because... Well, mainly because I got other stuff to do today. I actually had to record a separate video, apart from all the other shows, a special anime reaction that's already on the channel by the time you see this. So I have a lot of work to do today, so we're just skipping over episode 82, going straight to episode 83. But in episode 81, The Life of a Certain Man, we bumped up the semi-final round between Team Asta and Team Langris, because we gotta put this dude in his place. So we're bumping up that round, and Langris has basically told his team to fuck off, and he's going to do this all by himself. And Asta did his best to deflect all of the spatial attacks, but he needed to get into his black form. So while he was charging that up, he had to have Zora, or Zerx, fend off Langris for the time being. And we got Zerk's backstory of who he really is, a young man named Zora, whose father was the first peasant to join the Magic Knights, and because of that, eventually he was backstabbed by his own party members, his own squad members, and ever since then, Zora has been just punishing Magic Knights who have been a problem, basically. Until now, he has, taken one of their names and has joined the tournament. So, yeah. So that is basically where we left off. Again, we're skipping episode 82, and we're moving on to episode 83. So, like always, the reaction is in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. Oh, I was kind of expecting a giant Dragon Ball Z fight, but, that works. That works. I mean, the thing is, it's like, I'm expecting this huge Dragon Ball Z fight, but Langris is not a villain. Or at least he shouldn't be a villain, that's kind of the point, He shouldn't be a villain, he's a Magic Knight, This isn't like when they fought Veto for so long, or fighting Ladros, Like, he's a Magic Knight. This shouldn't be happening, so... And I'll give it a little credit of ending in a draw, meaning they both lose. That's interesting. Not giving Asta a 100% win. I mean, maybe you can just see it as sort of a excuse for why Asta is taken out before fighting Yuno. Especially because he would not be at his full power. He'd be exhausted. He couldn't use his black form again. So that makes sense to have it that way so that you basically take Asta out of the running after that fight. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing making it a draw. Oh, I was also going to say, just because of the Petite Clover at the end, where it's like, what if Asta had 4 other siblings that were just like him? My parents, before I was born, my mom wanted twins, and never happened, and she's okay with that. Like, she said that was always fine, that I was fine enough, It made it sound worse than it is. No, it's all good, but like, but she said it would have been fun if I had been twins, and that every time she says that, my older brother is like, oh, thank God, there's not another one of him. My brother and I get along just fine, but like, oof. I mean, look. I don't know if you could infer from the way I am on camera, because the way I am on camera is different to how I am well, off camera. But especially as a kid, I was kind of an annoying goofball, you know? And I kind of am now. I just channel that into yelling at anime for a living, you know? So yeah, it's just that's what I thought of when when it's like, oh, what if Asta had 4 siblings that were all like him, you know? What if he was one of quintuplet? It's just like, oh god. So all right, did we all learn a lesson from this? I like that Zora is also like, look, I like how he criticizes each of them and then criticizes himself, you know? Like, that's a good way of doing it. Like, we all have lessons to learn from this, you know? Langris has to learn that he's not just a special little snowflake. I mean, he is. That's exactly what Asta said, but it's like, but you're not good, you know? Well, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see when Langris wakes up if he's learned anything from this, but I like how Zora does sort of give away, you know, he sort of criticizes all of them, you know, fluffy hat girl. What did you do during all of this when he started unleashing his power? Did you just sit there sucking on your thumb, you know? And Seke, you know, you have no talent, you were of no help to your team, you know, you didn't do anything. And then it's just like, oh, Asta, you know, not everyone's nice. You put too much trust in people. But then he turned that on himself and was like, oh, and me, I don't trust people enough, you know? It's like he had a good team, you know? And just the fact that, you know, he was, like, refusing treatment from Mimosa. And she's just like, no, I'm a magic knight. We are both magic knights. We are comrades. I'm going to heal you, goddammit. And he remembers the words of his father. The true callings of the magic knights, you know, the true purpose of them. And yeah, that's not just for peasants, you know? That's not just for peasants. That's just about being good. Like, being a good person has nothing to do with status, you know? Asta and Mimosa are from very different backgrounds. Asta being a peasant from the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and Mimosa being royalty. And they are still both genuine magic knights. So, oh boy. So, that ends that. Goodness. Boy, I'm really glad that we didn't watch episode 82 because, man, to go from, you know, just a rerun of Petite Clovers and then, like, pretty much, like, how fast was that? Like, halfway through the episode for that to be resolved, and it's just like, oh. Because, again, I was expecting a huge fight, but I'm satisfied with how it ended, you know? I'm satisfied with how it ended, so yeah. And again, just that idea that it's true that it's like, well, there shouldn't be a huge Dragon Ball Z fight, because Langris should not be a villain, you know? He's just a dude. He's just a poor magic knight, you know? And then we continued on with the next matches. I like, hey, that, you know, compound magic lightning arrow, hey, that made him sweat. That made real sweat, like, I gotta think of something really quickly. And he did, because he's a captain, and he's that good, but he had to think of something really quick, and that did make him sweat for a moment, so that's at least something. And then, and then the fact that he just tossed it right back at them, and I like that little moment where, you know, the other two are shocked, and Luck is just, whoops, forgot about that part. It's like, oh well, you win some, you lose some. That's the thing, for Luck, it is a thing, it's not about winning, it's just about the fight, you know? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And for him, that's fighting. Like, he doesn't care if he wins or loses, he just cares about the fight, so for him, that was a good fight. His only regret is not fighting Yuno in the next in the final match. So that's it. That's all he regrets. Nothing about his match, how his match actually turned out. So yeah. And something else, with Yuno going in and just eviscerating that crystal immediately, not relying on Noelle and not even using Belle's magic. I almost wonder if he did that because he knew he could do that, and it wouldn't take much energy, and it wouldn't take their energy either, so that when they fight Rill, who has proven to be a true opponent, that they are all at the top of their game, Because, what should have happened was Yuno's team fights, that other team, and then they would get a break while Asta and Langris fought. But because that fight was already moved up, they are immediately going into the final match with Rill. So I'm almost wondering... Now, you didn't say that, but I wonder if that's going to be in the next episode. If it's like, well, he rushed that battle, just doing it completely by himself, not because he doesn't trust his team. He does trust his team. We saw that in the last match. But he wanted to do that so that they all had 100% of their energy going into the final fight, I don't know. That could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting, but we'll have to see. But yeah, that takes care of Langris. So we'll have to see when he wakes up how he's doing afterwards. And I will say, of all of Asta's fights, I think he came away from this probably the best. Like he was still hurting after fighting Ladros, and obviously after fighting Vetso, he couldn't use fucking arms. But this time it's like, well, he's just kind of exhausted, and it's just like, well, fair enough, I think that's the best he's come away from one of these giant fights, so yeah, where are we going next time? The final match of the tournament, and then we're moving on. We're getting back to the plot, probably, so... But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.